अनञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण। Okay, we'll continue from where we left yesterday. So yesterday we had started this topic, two types of Kamanuga Bhakti. So we just completed the previous three topics. First was definition of Raganuga Bhakti, basically Ragatmika Bhakti. Definition of Ragatmika Bhakti, then qualification for Raganuga Bhakti, that was Lobha. And then third topic was practice of Raganuga Bhakti. So in that we had seen many topics, 18 topics were there. Okay, and now next topic is two types of Kamanuga Bhakti. This is also in the 16th chapter only of NOD. Okay, so before this we had seen, yeah, this topic, elements of practice of Kamanuga Bhakti. So here Rupa Goswami had defined that Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti which is filled with longing and which follows after the Kama Rupa Ragatmika Bhakti of the Siddha Bhaktas is called Kamanuga Bhakti. So Kama Anuga is basically follower of Kama Rupa Rag Atmika Bhakti, and this is of two types. First is Sambhog Ichamai and second is Tattad Bhava Ichatma. Okay. So what are the various elements of practice of Kamanuga Bhakti? It is following after, it's not imitation. So what we had seen here is that a sadhaka should not tell that he will start worshipping some demigod, or he will not accept a guru, or he will not follow Ekadashi Vrata. Why? Because the gopis are not doing it. So one should not say like that. That is imitation. One should not bring the aspects of siddha personalities in his sadhaka deha, in his physical activity. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and today we have to start with this, the two types of Kamanuga Bhakti. Okay, so here Rupa Goswami is going to define. Just 1 minute to get. Okay, you are able to hear now? Yeah, okay. So we'll continue. Two types of Kamanuga Bhakti are described here by Rupa Goswami. So let's see the definition as given in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. केली तात्पर्य तात्पर्यवती एव संभोग इच्छामयी भवेत् तद्भाव इच्छात्मिका तासां भाव माधुर्य कामिता. Madha Harinam bro, you would like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sambhoga Ikshamayi Bhakti is characterized Sambhoga Ikshamayi Bhavet by enjoying conjugally with Krishna. Tad Bhavet Chatmika Bhakti is characterized by desiring the sweet mood of love of the Kama Rupa Siddha devotees.
Yeah, so here Previously, as we saw, the last verse, it was told that there are two types. First is Sambhog Ichamai, and second is Tad Tad Bhava Icha Atma. So that will be explained in this verse now. So first is Keli Tatparyavati Eva. Yeah. So Sambhog Icha Mai Bhakti is characterized by Sambhog Ichamai Bhavet. How does it it has characteristics of what? By enjoying conjugally with Krishna. Like a ordinary boy and girl may have activities externally, like that is the activities between a Krishna and the gopis. So Keli Tatparyavati Eva, like that it is Sambhog Ichamai. And then second type is what? This is first type. Second type is what? Tad. Tatmika. Tad means that. Like that. Okay. Like what? Like the first one. Tad bhav, of that kind of mood or that flavor, that similar flavor, ichha, is there in the desire. It's not physically there, it's there only in desire. It's there in the aspiration. Okay. Tad bhav ichha. Okay, see what is the here translation? Yeah. Tad bhav ichhatmika is characterized by desiring the sweet mood of love of the Kam Rupa Siddha devotees. Okay. So just desiring. Okay. Tad bhava ichha. If they have just the desire of what? Sambhog ichamai kind of desire they have. Okay. Bhava madhurya kamita. Okay. So they have the desire of what? Similar bhav of those who are madhurya kamita, Kam Rupa Siddha devotees. Okay. Like Lalita, Vishakha, like that. Or Rupa Manjari. Okay. Like that. So let's see the purport by Jiva Goswami. Yes, please read.
Sambhoga Ichamai means following those who are Kama Prayasa, having
Ah,
a
yes.
prominence,
Yep. Yeah. Yes, please.
Prayas, having a prominence of desire of giving direct conjugal enjoyment to the Krishna. This use of the word Kama Praya is different from its use in describing Kubja, who had a predominance of material Kama. Tad Bhavichatmika means that type of bhakti whose very life, Atma, is the desire for the particular rati of a cherished woman of Braja.
Yeah. So again, if we go back to this Kama Anuga Bhakti, okay. So what we have to again see here, it has Kama Anuga, which Bhakti? Uttama Bhakti. Okay. It is a part of Uttama Bhakti only. And which Bhakti it is? This is sadhana. It is not perfected. It is sadhana Uttama Bhakti. And what kind of sadhana also? It is a Raganuga sadhana. Okay. So Kam Anuga is there in the title, but it has so many things which is following. Kam Anuga, Raga Anuga, Sadhana, Uttama, Bhakti. Okay, so all these definitions we have seen earlier. Uttama Bhakti is what? Anya Vilashita Shunyam. What is Sadhana Bhakti? That which has the goal of Bhava Bhakti and it engages the senses. Okay. What is Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti? Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is that in which there is a aspiration to have a bhav similar to a Vrajvasi. Okay, to acquire that similar bhav is called Raganuga. And this is that particular type of Raganuga in which there is a mood of following after those who are conjugally related with Krishna, who are related in Madhurya Ras specifically in conjugal relationship with Krishna, like gopis. Okay, or the queens of Dwarka. Okay, so now here these many titles are there. Now when we are seeing this purport, so here you can see they are following after two types. Where it is? Here. Yeah. See here. Sambhog Ichha Mai. This is first type. Second type is Tat Bhav Ichha Atmika. So please understand that these both are types of ragatmika bhakti which the person is following. Okay, so in the purport Jiva Goswami is saying, okay, what is the first type? Sambhog Ichamai is that which follows again, not imitation. So one should not the imitate the activities of gopis with Krishna in his physical body. Okay, that is Sahajya. That we are not talking about. We are talking about following after. So that means what? Following those who are kama prayah, having a predominance prominence of desire of giving direct conjugal enjoyment to Krishna. Okay, so that is the first type. Those who are following after people or gopis who would want to directly give enjoyment to Krishna. This is first type of Raganuga sadhana bhakta. Okay, his sadhana is that he wants to attain a mood similar to gopis who want to directly give enjoyment to Krishna. Not they want to enjoy directly with Krishna. No, they want to give enjoyment to Krishna directly. There is a difference. To directly enjoy ourselves is different from directly enjoy giving enjoyment to Krishna. Okay, so these all definitions are clear. Then we can understand this. Second type is what? Tad bhava ichatmika means that type of bhakti whose very life atma is the desire for the particular rati of a cherished woman of Raja. Okay, and what is the ichha they have? They have ichha of having a similar mood of the first type, Sambhog Ichhame. But the difference is what? They don't want to give directly enjoyment to Krishna by direct physical contact. Okay, that is the only difference. They have to have the similar mood as the first one, that is Sambhog Ichhame. Okay, Sambhog Ichhame, but they don't have direct contact with Krishna. Okay, let's see what Fahad is said. Yeah, please read, Praji.
This should be understood to be the main type of Kamanuga Bhakti. This is illustrated in the Bhagavatam.
So out of the two, Sambhog Ichhamai is not the main type. What is the main type? This is what second one. That is Tattad Bhav Ichhatmika is the main type of Kamanuga Bhakti. Okay. So now example is given from Shrimad Bhagavatam. Yes, Praji. Please read the translation.
The women of Braja were attracted to the arms of Krishna, resembling the lord of the serpents, and attained the nectar of his lotus feet. We Shrutis also, with similar mood, attaining similar bodies, attained his feet.
Yeah, so this is the Shrutis. Basically, 87th chapter of 10th canto is the uh, prayers by the Vedas personified. Shrutichari gopis, they have become in the next life. Okay, so these are the Shrutis who are praying to Krishna that we want to attain similar mood as the gopis. And in the next life, they became Shrutichari gopis. Yeah, please read.
Sambhoga means conjugal enjoyment. Keli means the same thing. Sambhoga, uh, Sambhogicha Mai has the aim of conjugal enjoyment with Krishna. Keli Tat Pariyavati. Tat Tat Bhava Ichatmika Bhakti has a desire for the sweetness of the love of the woman of the brother.
Yeah.
Tasam Bhava Madhurya Kami.
So the two are again segregated, defined. First one is has the aim of giving direct conjugal enjoyment to Krishna. Who are the examples? The gopis. Who are the gopis? Like Srimati Radharani, Lalita, Vishakha. Basically, all the eight gopis, principal gopis. Okay, Ashta gopis. They are Sambhog Ichhamai type. Okay, so somebody wants to have a mood similar to them is a Raganuga Sadhana Bhakta of the first type. Okay, he is a follower of the gopis who want to give, who are giving directly enjoyment to Krishna. Okay. Second one is Tattad Bhav Ichhatmika Raganuga Sadhana Bhakta. So, what is his mood? He has a desire for the sweetness of the love of the women of Raja who are not giving directly enjoyment to Krishna. Okay. So, who are they? They are Manjaris. Okay. Who don't directly have conjugal enjoyment with Krishna, but they assist the gopis like Lalita, Vishakha, Radharani, etc. So who are the Manjaris? Roop Manjari. Okay. Guna Manjari. Many Manjaris are there. Vilas Manjari, like that. Yeah, read.
Sambhogik Sambhogichamai means bhakti consisting of the two types of activities, mental and physical, inspired by the desire for a direct experience of giving conjugal enjoyment to Krishna independently, like a leader of a group of gopis.
Yeah.
An
So again,
exam
yeah, continue, please.
an example of a leader of a group, according to scripture, is Chandravali.
Yeah. So first type is again now elaborated. Sambhogichhamai means bhakti consisting of two types of activities, the mental and physical activity both. Okay. What are the mental and physical activity? Mental activities in the Siddha Deha. Okay. Mental activities in the Siddha Deha while meditation. Physical activities in the Sadhaka Deha while doing physical services. Okay. Inspired by the desire for a direct experience of giving conjugal enjoyment to Krishna independently, like a leader of the group. So that we have discussed, like Lalita, Vishakha, etc. Okay. They are the eight principal copies. Example, another one is Chandravali. Okay. Yeah, please read.
Tat Tat Bhavit Chatmika means bhakti whose inspiration, Atma, is the desire to taste the special bhava in relation to Krishna, possessed by a particular woman of Braja, whom one holds dear. This should be understood to be superior to the previous type.
Okay. The second type is described. Tat Tad Bhava Ichhatma. So they have a Ichha, desire of what? Tad Bhav. A bhava similar to the first one. That is conjugal enjoyment. But they don't directly give conjugal enjoyment to Krishna. Okay. They are only having a desire to assist them. Okay. So who are they? They are the Manjaris. They are particular women of Braja like Manjaris who are small girls of age like 10 to 12 years. Okay. Whereas the gopis, so the gopis are like age group of 13, 14 years. Okay, like that. So this should be understood to be superior. Which is superior? The second type. Okay. That giving enjoyment to Krishna only by assisting those who are directly giving enjoyment, like that. Please read.
Action whose goal is Keli with Krishna is called Sambhog Ichamai Kamanuga Bhakti. That bhakti which has the desire to taste the sweetness of the gopis' love in relation to Krishna is called Tat Tat Bhavichatmika Bhakti.
Yeah, so again, both are different. So first one is where the goal is directly to give enjoyment to Krishna, that is Samhog Ichhamai. And second, where the goal is, so both are having a goal, they have not attained. Both are sadhana only. Okay, so one has the goal of following a person who is giving directly enjoyment. Second is having the goal of assisting those who are, uh, second one is having a mood of those who are manjaris who are assisting the gopis in giving directly enjoyment to Krishna. Okay, that is a difference. Okay, now what Prabhupada says on this topic, please read.
Devotional service following in the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan or the queens at Dwarka is called devotional service in conjugal love. This devotional service in conjugal love can be divided into two categories. One is direct conjugal love, the other direct. In both of these categories, one has to follow the particular gopi who is engaged in such service in Golok Vrindavan.
Correct. So again, Prabhupada also saying the same thing as Rupa Goswami told. So devotional service following in the footsteps. So what kind of devotional service he is talking about? Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, this is in the 16th chapter. Okay. of NOD. So Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, which is following in the footsteps of Gopis of Vrindavan, the queens or the queens of Dwarka, is called devotional service in conjugal love. Both give conjugal enjoyment to Krishna. Okay, Dwarka's queens as well as Gopis of Vrindavan. Okay. The devotional service in conjugal love can be divided in two categories. The first is the indirect conjugal love, which is basically our second, Tadbhav Ichatma. Tadbhav Ichatma. And the second one is direct, which is Sambhog Ichamai. Okay. In both these categories, one has to follow. So one doesn't have to imitate. And second is he is not perfect. He has still to do his sadhana. Follow the particular gopi who is engaged in such service in Golok Vrindavan. Okay. Yeah, continue.
To be directly attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in conjugal love is technically called Keli. This Keli performance means to directly join with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are other devotees who do not wish direct contact with Supreme Person, but who release the conjugal loving affairs of the Lord with the gopis. Such devotees enjoy simply by hearing of the activities of the Lord with the gopis.
Yeah, so Prabhupada has very succinctly defined the both types. So first type he told to be directly attached to Supreme Personality of Godhead by giving conjugal enjoyment. Okay. So they are the first type. Second type is who don't want direct contact, do not wish for direct contact. Then what they want? They want to simply enjoy by hearing the activities of Lord with the gopis, and not only hearing by but also assisting the devotees who are giving directly enjoyment. Who are those? So they are gopis who give direct enjoyment. Okay, and these second type are assisting them. And who are they? They are small manjaris. Okay. Okay. So we have come to the next topic now. Qualification for Kamanuga Bhakti. So this Kamanuga Bhakti we understood has two types. One is where one gives direct enjoyment. Sorry, where one follows after those who are giving direct enjoyment. Second is one follows after those who are giving indirect enjoyment to Krishna by assisting the people who are giving direct enjoyment. Okay. So this has two types. Both have the goal of these two. They have not attained it. Now, what is the qualification for this type of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, which is Kama Anuga, means follower of the people who are giving conjugal enjoyment to Krishna. So now Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami mentions this verse. Shri Murter Madhurim Preksha Tat Tat Leelam Nishamya Va Tad Bhava Tadbhavakanshino Yeshus Teshu Sadhanata Nayoho Purane Shruyate Padme Pumsam Api Bhavediyam. Okay, somebody else can read. Nagnijiti Priyamataji, you want to read?
Those who develop longing for the bhava of the gopis after seeing the sweetness in the deity of Krishna and the gopis, or after hearing about his pastimes with the gopis, are qualified for sadhana of either of these types of Kamanuga Bhakti. In the Padma Puran, it is said that even men can attain this bhakti. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu.
So two important points are told here. What is first one? Who is qualified? One should not think first of all that only ladies should follow the example of gopis. That is clarified. Pumsamapi. Even men can actually follow this type of bhakti. What is the type of bhakti? Raganuga sadhana bhakti. Which type of Raganuga sadhana bhakti? Which is Kamanuga, to give conjugal enjoyment to Krishna. Because it is not physical, it is only in the meditation. Okay. And as such, Srimad Bhagavatam says that generally those who are men in this life were females in the last life, and those who are females in this life were actually males in last life, because they are having attachment to husband or wife, so they attain that forms in the next life. That is what is explained in Shrimad Bhagavatam actually. Okay. So it is not impossible, or it's not something shocking or astonishing to hear that somebody who is male is aspiring for a female body in the next life. No, that is very much possible as per this sadhana also. That is second point. What is the first point? First point is those who develop longing for the bhava of the gopis after seeing the sweetness in the deity of Krishna. So, what is the qualification? One is by serving the deity, or by seeing the sweetness of deity of Krishna and the gopis, or after hearing. This is second. So, by hearing or seeing about his pastimes with the gopis. Okay, like we have the example of the wife of the Brahmanas. Okay, Yagik Brahmins. So the wife of the Brahmins actually they never saw directly Krishna, but they heard the pastime of Krishna from various people who used to come from Vrindavan. Okay, like fruit sellers or others. So they used to see them or hear from them, and then they used to, by hearing, develop the attraction. So these are the qualifications for the Raganuga sadhana of Kamanuga type. Okay, please read, Prabhuji. Sorry, Mataji, please read. Okay, who was reading? Nagnijiti Priya Mataji. Are you available? Okay, somebody else can read then. Yes, Anuradha Mataji, you want to read?
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Devotees should see the particular sweetness of pastimes through the deity forms of Krishna and his consorts,
Did I
gopis,
lose
or
network?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, we were not able to hear you.
let Mataji continue, Prabhuji.
Yes, Nagnijiti Priya Mataji, you continue. I think internet is having some issue. No problem. Anuradha Mataji, you continue.
Yeah. Devotees should see the particular sweetness of pastimes through the deity forms of Krishna and his consorts, gopis, or hear about the sweetness of their love and pastimes. Previously, only hearing and remembering after hearing was mentioned. The intention is to show that in the act of seeing, the assistance of hearing is also necessary.
Okay, yeah. So Jiva Goswami is explaining that devotees should see the particular sweetness of pastimes. Okay, what pastimes? As explained in 10th canto. Okay, in Shrimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, through the deity forms of Krishna. Okay, so how the sweet pastimes are being enacted, that one can see through the deity forms of Krishna and other gopis, or hear about the sweetness of their love and pastimes from the 10th canto again. So basically, the point is that hearing should be primary, and then remembering is based on hearing, because one can only do some imagination if he has not heard from authentic books. Correct, no? So if we don't hear from authentic books, what 10th canto describes, what other books which are written by acharyas describe about the pastimes of Krishna with gopis, then one will just imagine something. So that kind of remembering will be imagination. But here is not talked about imagination. Okay. So as we used the word earlier, so it's not imagination, but it's a conception. So devotees conceive the spiritual body. Okay. It's not imagination, but it's a particular conception based on the Shastras which they have heard. Okay. That is the point. Okay. Yeah. Continue, Mataji.
Without hearing, there will be no manifestation of their basic forms and pastimes. Hearing about Krishna and the gopis, even without seeing, is also effective. These persons develop longing for the bhava of the gopis and thus become qualified sadhana, sadhanatha, for these two types of sadhana.
Yeah, so hearing is very, very important. So when one hears, only one will get attracted to such personalities. And when one gets attracted, then one will have a desire to follow. Okay, and then he will develop a longing for the bhava similar to the gopis or the manjaris. Yeah, now what Prabhupada says on this topic, please read.
This development of conjugal love can be possible only with those who are already engaged in following the regulative principles of devotional service, specifically in the worship of Radha and Krishna in the temple. Such devotees gradually develop a spontaneous love for the deity and by hearing of the Lord's exchange of loving affairs with the gopis, they gradually become attracted to these pastimes. After this spontaneous attraction becomes highly developed, the devotee is placed in either of the above mentioned categories.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is explaining that this development of Raganuga sadhana bhakti can be possible only if one is already engaged in following the regulative principles. What is the meaning of this word regulative principles here?
So
साधना
regulative.
साधना
Uh,
भक्ति
which
Vaidhi
sadhana
sadhana.
bhakti?
Vaidhi sadhana.
The meaning here is Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. It's not about four regulative principles. Eat, meat eating and all that one should have done long earlier. Okay. It's about Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. So, as I told in these chapters, Prabhupada uses this word, regulative word, for saying the word Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Okay. So, those who are already doing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, what they are doing, they are engaged in worship of Radha and Krishna in the temple. They are engaged also in hearing about the Krishna's pastimes with gopis and others. So, when they are doing that, they can only develop. That means Prabhupada is saying what? It is based on proper worship and hearing. Okay, proper Vaidhi sadhana, bona fide Vaidhi sadhana when one is doing, then what will happen? Anartha nivritti will happen. Okay, as anartha nivritti happens, then he will ascend to the stage of nishtha. And as he goes to the stage of nishtha, then he can be qualified for Raganuga sadhana bhakti. Okay, that's what Prabhupada is telling here. Such devotees gradually develop a spontaneous love. What is spontaneous love here? Is it perfected bhakti? No, it is about greed or lobha. He is not talking about spontaneous love of the Vrajavasis. He is talking about the small amount of spontaneity that the devotee has, which he has got as the form of the greed, to attain a bhav similar to the gopis or manjaris. Okay, how did he get it? By hearing of the Lord's exchange with the loving affairs of the gopis. They gradually become attracted to those pastimes. Okay, so this is the method. So as Jiva Goswami told, Prabhupada is repeating it, that hearing is the method. So as the spontaneous attraction becomes highly developed, as the greed becomes more mature, okay, so the greed becomes more mature, then the devotee is placed in either of the above mentioned categories. What are the two categories? The first was Sambhog Ichamai, and then second was Tat Tat Bhav Icchatma. Okay, these are the two categories. So Prabhupada is saying the same thing. So when the greed increases, as the person becomes more qualified, he'll be qualified to select one of the groups. Okay. Yes. So before we go to second topic, Prem Latika Mataji, you want to ask something?
Prabhuji, here it is said that
Your voice again very low. Your microphone.
I don't have microphone. Now is it audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Prabhuji, here it is said that it is awarded by hearing about only the pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
Ah.
And what in ISKCON we very rarely are able to hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So how to
Yeah.
understand this?
Yeah.
Because we are more into philosophy, no, Prabhu?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that is true. Why it is like that? It has a reason. Prabhupada, if you see, he presented the Krishna book in a particular way. He did not give only pastimes. He gave philosophy there. Lot of philosophy is there. So Prabhupada told Krishna book can be read by even newcomers, no problem. But Prabhupada ensured that there is a lot of philosophy there. Okay, why? Because as here we have seen earlier, Anath Nivritti has to happen. Then only Nishtha will come. Then only the person is qualified for Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. How the Anath Nivritti will happen? Anath Nivritti will happen from the first 9 cantos of Shrimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So there is a verse in the second canto, 10th chapter, and shloka number 2. It says that Dasamasya Vishuddhi Artham Navanam Iha Lakshanam Varnayanti Mahatmana Srutena Arthena Njasa. So here the meaning is that Dasamasya Vishuddhi Artham Navanam Iha Lakshanam. The 9 cantos of Shrimad Bhagavatam have a purpose. What is the purpose? They have a purpose to mature a person to come to the level of 10th canto.
Mm.
Okay. So the Bhagavatam is, as you see many times Prabhupada says that one should read in sequence. Okay, it's not just because Prabhupada wants to keep us away from 10th canto. No, Krishna book he gave very earlier. Bhagavatam had not come out also. 10th canto he gave so fast. Why? He doesn't want it to keep it aloof from us, but he wants us to become qualified for it. So by hearing the philosophy properly, okay, Siddhanta Baliya Chitta na kariya alas, iha haite Krishna lage sudrid manas, Chaitanya Charitamrita says. That one should not do alas in Siddhanta, hearing Siddhanta, philosophy. Why? Because iha haite Krishna lage. By this one will get attached to Krishna, sudrid manas, and his mind will be fixed upon Krishna. So the purpose is there for philosophy, which we emphasize in Krishna, and why Prabhupada emphasizes again body and soul in his lectures. It's not just because he doesn't want to speak anything further, because the people at that time also were not qualified, and at this time also not many are qualified. Okay, but those who have practiced since many years, they could be qualified because anarth nivritti has happened. They have reached to the stage of nishtha. So that's why Mataji we see in ISKCON philosophy is more emphasized because most of the devotees are in the range of before Anartha Nivritti or while Anartha Nivritti is happening. So that is our main topic of discussion. But the goal, if it is asked, what is the goal of all the devotees? Goal is this only: Praj Prem, Krishna Prem. Okay, that is Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, and for being follower of Brajvasis, going to Golok Vrindavan. This is the goal. But
Mm.
should we only focus on goal? No, we cannot. Just like you are giving medicine to some people, so you sometimes may start with a smaller dose, 200 mg, 300 mg, and then give later 650 mg. First time only we don't give 650 mg. Okay, so the person will not be able to take it. So similarly, the topics are developed in a particular way in Shrimad Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada also follows it, and we should also follow it. Okay, that's why.
So can we hear such pastime after hearing for week long for philosophy? Can we hear 10th lectures after that once in a week or something like that, Prabhuji?
Yeah, so
No,
it is yeah, you continue. Yeah.
no, that's my question,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
so that's what it is, not anything which is to be told in a formula or in a capsule that this is a capsule for everybody. No, it is very individual choice as per one's inclination, one's own evaluation of how much one is advanced, and the guide who is guiding the mentor, the counselor, whoever is guiding that person, they have to actually decide. These all factors should be seen. Okay, there is no fixed formula for this. Okay, that's why the name is Raga Anuga Sadhana. Okay, it is a kind of spontaneity is there because he is following after or wanting a bhav similar to some personality, and that's why he has to find his own balance. Basically, I would say a balance between philosophy and this thing. So Prabhupada has given a very simple formula. Actually, he has told just go in the sequence, read the first 9 cantos, and automatically 10th canto will come. You read it. Okay, no problem. So one should not directly try to focus and jump to those pastimes. That is the point. Okay, so when it comes in sequence, one should read it. No problem. Okay, that's how. That's how it is.
Okay.
Okay, but one should not try to artificially focus on these things. That is one point that devotees may do a mistake. Don't try to artificially focus on this. But if it comes in sequence, do it. And if we are feeling an inclination, no, I should know the details about this pastime, what happens there, what happens there. One should not artificially repress also.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
Just a quick,
Hmm.
I'm just asking you, Prabhuji. Whenever I hear lecture from Guru Maharaj,
Yeah.
then I derive the nectar of both. The philosophy also, whether it is Chaitanya Lila, whether it is any of the lecture of Srimad Bhagavatam,
Hmm.
able to get essence of both the things. I mean, philosophy also and Leelas also.
Hmm.
So I think it's okay, na? It's
Yeah.
consists in His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj lecture. So
Yeah.
both the balance is maintained and you derive some bliss also and enlightenment also. Both the thing at a time.
Yeah, so not anything about any particular guru, but every devotee has his own style of speaking a lecture, and every disciple who has a guru may find his guru's style to be best, and because that's why he has chosen him as a guru. So that's very good. And even Prabhupada also, if we see, he has particular style. He speaks most of the time philosophy. So that's why. So everybody has a particular way of speaking, and we may like some particular way of speaking of particular devotee, and even Guru Maharaj or somebody else, no problem. So as one is feeling inclination to, one should hear them, and one should also try to serve them. Okay, in whatever possible way. That's what it is.
Thank
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. So basically, yeah, essence is that one should not artificially focus on these topics, and if the inclination is coming, one should not artificially suppress also. Okay, nothing artificially has to be done. Whatever naturally comes, that can be taken up. Okay, because that natural push which is coming from within is because something we have got mercy in past life. Second point is that if it is not genuine, it will fade away in some time. Okay. If it is artificial, after 1 2 days, again back to sense gratification normal. We'll continue. Okay. And if it is a genuine push and some sadhu's mercy there in past life or this life, then again that will come, and then we should not suppress. That is what it. Okay. Next topic. Even males can aspire for the mood of the gopis. Yeah. So Bhakti Sam Sindhu gives a proof for this. So Pura Maharshaya Sarve Dandakaranyavasinah Drishtva Ramam Harim Tatra Bhoktum Aksham Suvigraham Te Sarve Stritvam Apanna Sambu Samu Samudbhutascha Gokule Harim Samprapya Kamena Tato Mukta Bhavarnavat. Okay. Who was reading? Mataji was reading. Okay, Nagnijiti Priya Mataji, yeah, you can continue.
Prabhuji, I have a very bad connection. I'll try.
Ah. Oh, is it? Okay, okay.
Previously, all the
Yeah, continue.
I'll continue. If it goes bad, you just pass it on to someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Previously, all the sages living in Dandakaranya forest, who after seeing Lord Ram desired enjoyment with his form, attained forms of women and appeared in Gokula. Attaining the Lord by that karma, they became liberated from the ocean of the material world.
Yeah. Thank you. So here Rupa Goswami is giving an example that even males attain the forms of gopis and manjaris. What are the examples? Sages of Dandakaranya. Okay, Dandakaranya sages. So whom they were worshipping? They worshipped Lord Krishna. Whom did they see? They saw Lord Ram. Okay. So again, I will repeat, they were worshipping Lord Krishna. Whom did they see? They saw Lord Ram. There is a misconception that they worshipped Lord Ram and they wanted to enjoy with Lord Ram. And Lord Ram said that, see, I am Ekapatni Vrata, Maryada Purushottam. I will not accept multiple wives. And obviously, they were males. In future life, also, when you attain a body of gopi or any female, I will not be able to take you up as my wife. Some people think like this, but this is not the fact. The fact is, the sages were learned. They knew Krishna's incarnation comes after Lord Ram. So they prayed to Lord Ram because he was present at that time, that we want to enjoy with you in the form of Krishna. Okay. Where is it mentioned? It is mentioned in the commentary. Now we will read. Okay. So basically, the point here is not clarifying the doubt, but the point is they attained forms of women. For this point, the topic has come up, and the reference or praman is for this. Okay. Let's read this. Yeah.
The sages refer to all those sages who had desires following the gopis of Krishna in Gokula. Seeing Rama, they desired to enjoy with him when he would appear in the future in the beautiful form of Krishna. They thus asked for this boon in their minds.
Yeah. So very clearly here Jiva Goswami has mentioned that they had desires following the gopis of Krishna in Gokul. Okay. Because two things are there. One thing, if somebody wants to attain association of Lord Ram, then it's not a limitation on Krishna or Lord Ram's part that they cannot satisfy their boon. Okay. So somebody wants to attain Lord Ram, so they will attain Lord Ram. Somebody wants to attain Lord Krishna, they will attain Lord Krishna. Somebody want to attain Lord Vishnu, they will attain Lord Vishnu. There is no limitation on the side of the Lord. Okay. So because these Dandakaranya sages, they were worshipping Krishna, they wanted to attain Krishna only, they attained Krishna. Otherwise, there will be a big problem. It will be said that, oh, see, there is a limitation in the side of Lord Ram or Lord Krishna, that the sages wanted to enjoy with Lord Ram, but Lord Ram said, no, 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 it's not possible for me. You go to Krishna. That is a inconsistency in the philosophy. Okay. So for that we had seen the Praman earlier, third canto, ninth chapter, where Lord Brahma is saying, Yadyad dhyat urgaya vibhavayanti tattad vapu pranayase sad anugrahaya. That by his anugraha, by his mercy, Krishna will award forms for which they are praying. Okay, suitable forms they will give. Okay, let's continue. Yes.
Krishna's future appearance was well known to the learned from the scriptures. After obtaining a silent boon from Rama, who acts as a desire tree, they attained bodies of women in the wombs of gopis in a different region.
Yeah, so they attained the bodies of women, manjaris or gopis, in the wombs of gopis in a different region. Okay, later. That means in Vraj Gokul they attained it. Okay. So this Krishna's appearance was very well known. How was it known? Because they had read the scriptures. Scriptures say that Krishna comes in a different cycle or in a different yuga after Lord Ram. Okay. So some people say Lord Ram appear in the now currently 28th yuga cycle is going on, but some people say that Lord Ram did not appear in this current yuga cycle. Actually he appeared previously in the 10th yuga cycle. Okay, not in the same yuga cycle, not this Treta yuga. Now currently Kali yuga is going on. So before this was Dwapar yuga, before this was Treta yuga. So not this current Treta yuga Lord Ram appeared, but in the 10th cycle. Okay, that was Lord Ram's appearance time. Yeah, continue.
They were then born from these gopis, who then moved to Nanda Gokula, famous everywhere as Gokula. Due to their karma alone, they attained the Lord in the form of attractive Krishna and later attained liberation from the material ocean.
Yeah. So now somebody may ask, okay, but what if somebody wants to conjugally enjoy with Lord Ram and become wife of Lord Ram? Will it be possible for Lord Ram to accept? So the answer is that is not bona fide desire. The Shastras don't prescribe such kind of desire. Okay. And because the limitation is not there on Lord Ram or Lord Krishna side, but the point is that the just like one cannot aspire to become a father of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu has no father. One cannot aspire for Vatsalya Ras of Lord Vishnu. Madhurya Ras with Lord Vishnu only Lakshmi ji has. There is no other person having. Okay. So Shastra Satta Sambrama Sevya Mano, all Lakshmis are there. Okay. So they are all expansions of Mother Lakshmi only. So nobody can attain that form. Similarly, one cannot aspire to become a son of Lord Vishnu. These all are not bona fide aspirations as per the Shastra. Okay, so in Krishna, there are all aspirations fulfilled. Lord Ram, for him, one cannot aspire for again Vatsalya Bhav, one cannot aspire for Sakhya Bhav, one cannot aspire for Madhuri Bhav, but Dasya Bhav is present like that. So there are some things before one aspires, one has to read the Shastra to understand what all aspirations are possible. Okay.
Those gopis became freed from the material ocean. That means that they became free from the material portions of their bodies. At the time of the Rasa dance, when they came locked in their houses, when they were locked in their houses, they burnt up the material portion of their bodies by the separation from Krishna caused by their being locked up.
So these are the Rishicari gopis, the Dandakaranya sages. Later, they became purified of the material portions. Yeah.
These gopis, sadhana siddhas, are indicated in the following verse. Some
Yeah.
of the gopis, however, could not manage to get out of their house, and instead they remained at home with eyes closed, meditating upon him in pure love. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2, 29.9.
Yeah, so this is a reference Jeev Goswami is giving, that there are people who are the sages who attained the form of gopis and later were purified of their material portions. Yeah,
These gopis, meditating in separation, became completely purified and attained full spiritual bodies. With these bodies, they attained Krishna's association in the Rasalila.
yeah,
This development of
yep,
conjugal love for Krishna is not Srila Prabhupada on this topic. This development of conjugal love for Krishna is not manifested in women only. The material body has nothing to do with the spiritual loving affairs. A woman may develop an attitude for becoming a friend of Krishna, and similarly, a man may develop the features of becoming a gopi in Vrindavana. How a devotee in the form of a man can desire to become a gopi is stated in the Padma Purana as follows. In days gone by, there were many sages in Dandakaranya. Dandakaranya is the name of the forest where Lord Ramchandra lived after being banished by his father for 14 years. At that time, there were many advanced sages who were captivated by the beauty of Lord Ramchandra and who desired to become women in order to embrace the Lord. Later on, these sages appeared in Gokula, Vrindavana, when Krishna advented himself there, and they were born as gopis or girlfriends of Krishna. In this way, they attained the perfection of spiritual life.
yeah. So same thing Prabhupada also told. So the sages again appeared in Gokul Vrindavan as the Shrutichari gopis. Yeah, continue.
The story of the sages of Dandakaranya can be explained as follows. When Lord Ramchandra was residing in Dandakaranya, the sages who were engaged in devotional service there became attracted by his beauty and immediately thought of the gopis at Vrindavan, who enjoyed conjugal loving affection with Krishna. In this instance, it is clear that the sages of Dandakaranya desired conjugal love in the manner of the gopis, although they were well aware of the Supreme Lord as both Krishna and Lord Ramchandra. They knew that although Ramchandra was an ideal king and could not accept more than one wife, Lord Krishna, being the full fledged personality of Godhead, could fulfill the desires of all of them in Vrindavana. These sages also concluded that the form of Lord Krishna is more attractive than that of Lord Ramchandra, and so they prayed to become gopis in their future lives to be associated with Krishna. Lord Ramchandra remained silent, and his silence showed that he accepted the prayers of the sages. Thus, they were blessed by Lord Ramchandra to have association with Lord Krishna in their future lives. As a result of this benediction, they all took birth as women in the wombs of gopis at Gokula. And as they had desired in their previous lives, they enjoyed the company of Lord Krishna, who was present at that time in Gokula Vrindavana.
Yeah, so same thing Prabhupada also is summarizing. Okay, so they were aware of Lord Krishna and they attained Gopi's form. Yeah.
The perfection of their human form of life was thus achieved by their generating a transcendental sentiment to share conjugal love with Lord Krishna.
So this is the proof that even males can aspire for the forms of gopis and manjaris. Now, the any questions are there before we go to next topic? Okay, if none, then we'll go ahead. This is 17th part. What about a Vaidhi sadhaka who desires conjugal relationship? So till now was a discussion about whom? Till now was a discussion about Raganuga Sadhana Bhakta who has two types. One is Sambhog Ichchame, other one is Tat Tad Bhav Ichchatmika. So Sambhog Ichchame is of the gopis who try to directly give enjoyment to Krishna, and this person is wanting a similar bhava mood of the gopis. And Tattal Bhavichatma are the manjaris who are assistants to the gopis who give direct enjoyment to Krishna. And this Raguna Sadhaka can have a desire to attain a similar mood of the manjaris. So these are the two types. Now the question is, what about a Vaidhi Sadhaka? Raghavana Sadhaka is having such aspiration he can attain. What about a Vaidhi Sadhaka? If he has a conjugal desire to enjoy with Krishna, then whom should he follow and where will he go? Will he go to Vraja? Because Vraj only Raganuga Sadhana will go, Radhika will go. Vaidhi Sadhika will not go to Vraj, correct? He will go to Vaikuntha. So there is a question like this. So let's see what is the answer. So Rupa Goswami writes the answer. Viramsham sushtu kurvan yo vidhi margena sevate kevaleneva satada mahishitvam iyat pure. Okay. Somebody else can read. Arun Pro, you want to read?
Yes, Surya. A person who serves on the path of Vedic Bhakti with a desire for a conjugal relationship with the Lord and a high position, but without desire for the gopis type of love, after some time becomes a queen in Dwarka.
Yeah. So basically, he is a Vaidhi sadhaka. So surely he will not want to follow the gopis because gopis will not give any awe and reverence to Krishna. They will never say, "Are you are God." Okay. So what Vaidhi sadhaka, he has always awe and reverence to Krishna form. So that awe and reverence is not going to fit in Vraja. So where it's going to fit? It's going to fit only in Dwarka. Okay, where there is some awe and reverence given to Krishna. Okay, and there is also a possibility of giving conjugal enjoyment as a queen. So it's very, very certain that he will attain a form of queen in Dwarka. So that Rupa Goswami is saying a person on the path of Vaidhi Bhakti with a desire for conjugal relationship, okay, with the Lord and a high position, but without desire for the gopis type of love. Okay, surely he will not have a desire for gopis type because he is not able to give up awe and reverence. He will attain the form of queen in Dwarka. That is the answer. Yeah, please read.
Even though a person develops a strong desire for a conjugal relationship with Krishna, that person thinks that giving up all the rules in the scripture is improper and unfavorable for nourishing his sentiments, then he attains the position of being an associate of the queens in Dwarka.
Yeah, so this is the difference between the queens of Dwarka and gopis of Vrindavan. The gopis of Vrindavan will be ready to give up all the rules in the scriptures to give enjoyment to Krishna. So, can you think of any incident or any pastime where they gave up all the rules and regulations to give pleasure to Krishna?
Once Krishna was having that headache,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he gave the dust of their lotus feet to Narada. Even Narad Muni warned them that you will go to hell.
Correct, correct. Yes, yes. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so Narad Muni went to other devotees also and he asked that the headache will be cured by the dust of your feet. So Queen said, no, 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 Arey, he is our master. He is the Supreme Lord. We will go to hell if we give our lotus dusts. So they did not give. But gopis, they immediately they collected a full bag of dust. Yeah. Why? Then Narad Muni told us, you will go to hell. They told no problem. If our going to hell can give a one moment's pleasure to Lord Krishna, no problem. We are ready to go to hell for eternity. So that was their mood that they don't wish to follow any rules and regulations if it is hindering in their service to Krishna or giving pleasure to Krishna. That is one. Okay. Any other pastime?
Raslila Prabhu, when
Huh?
they went, Raslila past time when they went in the
Ah,
night,
ah,
abandoning all the rules and regulations of the
ah.
society.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct. Arya Patham Chahitva. Yeah. When Uddhava, he is glorifying. Asam Aho Charan Renu Bhi Jusam Aham Shyam. Uh, Vrindavane Gulmapi Vrindavane Gulmapi Aushadhi Nam. So there in that shloka he says that ye they gave up Aryapatham Chahitva. They could give up the Aryapath of the rules and regulations of the society of abandoning one's husband, children, house in the dead of the night and ready to take infamy upon them. So the most important thing a lady has is chastity, but they were ready to sacrifice that also for giving pleasure to Krishna. So that is another example. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, that is difference between the queens of Dwarka and the maids of Vrindavan. Okay. So a person may like to follow behind the queens of Vrindavan in Vaidhi sadhana, he will attain it. Somebody wants to follow behind the maids of Vrindavan in the Raganuga sadhana, he will attain that. Okay, different mood, different results. Yeah, continue.
Guruji, some kirtan must be going on, so there will be.
Oh, okay, okay. Somebody else can read then. Yeah. Premlatika Mataji, you want to read?
What about a Vaidhi Sadhaka who desires conjugal relationship? This person serves according to the path of Vaidhi with the desire for an amorous relation, Ram Sham, with Krishna, but not with the quality of the gopis' love. The word Shushtu, excellent, indicates that the desire is tinged with the bhava like that of a queen of Dwarka, rather than with the conjugal bhav of a maid servant.
So that same thing as we discussed. So they have a love following after the type of the queens of Dwarka, not the quality of Gopi's love, which is without any awe and reverence. Okay. Okay, without any consideration that Krishna is God. Okay, so the word Sushtu, excellent, indicates that the desire is tinged with the bhava like that of a queen of Dwarka, rather than with the conjugal bhava of maid servant. Yeah, continue.
Serving according to Vaidhi Bhakti, though using the mantras for meditating on the love of the gopis, and of course, using mantras and procedures for meditating on the love of the queens of Dwarka, they will achieve the bhava of queens rather than the gopis. Kevalena means they execute this service without having desires for a relationship in Vraja.
Yeah, so somebody says them, see, while doing deity worship, you should avoid some certain procedures if you want to attain the Vraja, that is gopis. You should avoid worshipping the Krishna and Rukmini Dwarkadish, like that. Those forms you should try to avoid while doing your deity worship. They will tell, no, no, no. How can I give it up? These are mentioned in scriptures. How we can avoid something which is given in scriptures? No, no. I should do this. Okay. So even though some superior may tell, for certain time they will be saying, okay, okay, I will try to avoid. Okay, but generally nobody will tell. I'm just giving a hypothetical case. Okay, so somebody may tell them also, they will tell, no, no, I have to follow the rules and regulations. That means their fixity in rules and regulation. So they should follow it and attain the perfection on that path. That is Vaidhi Bhakti. No problem. Just like we had two people, both wanted to enter the cricket team. One wanted to follow through the book, one wanted to follow through the videos. Both are trying to learn and both will attain also their results. But we should not try to force a person to follow other path. Just like a book follower should not be forced to watch only videos, and the follower of the video should not be forced to study only book. Okay, so that thing is there. Here, somebody wants to follow the queens of Dwarka, then he should be given that freedom and he should attain. But obviously, these all things are Raganu Sadhana means it starts on the stage of Nishtha only. Yeah, read.
He completely follows the rules of Vaidhi Bhakti without rejecting any portions, such as meditation on Dwarka and worship of the queens, as being unfavorable for his bhava.
And yeah, and if somebody tells the other person that, oh, you can reject also this Dwarka worship and this kind of Nyasa and Mudras in deity worship. Yeah, he will say, yeah, I was thinking also because it's not Bhava Sambandhi or Bhavamaya or anything. It is becoming against my Bhav, which I'm trying to cultivate. Again, hypothetical situation, I'm saying. So he will have no problem in giving. And then so is it that he is not following Shastra? No. Krishna himself told in the Shastra, Dhavan nivilyamanatre na skhalet na padetiha. Yesterday we read. Even though somebody has himself blindfolded and he avoids following some of the rules and regulations, he na patet na skhaletiha. He will not trip nor fall. Okay, so Krishna himself has given that freedom. Yeah.
Thus, when they perform service in Vaidhi Bhakti, desiring a conjugal relationship like the queens Sushtu, but without the desire for a relationship like that of the gopis, Kevalena, they attain the status of a follower of the queens in Dwarka. This is because of the great respect they have for the queens of Dwarka in the Avarana Puja, that is secondary worship after worshipping Krishna using the 10-syllable mantra.
Yeah, basically they perform this worship of Rukmini Dwarkadish. So yeah, somebody may tell, but yeah, did not Prabhupada say that we should worship Radha and Krishna as Lakshmi Narayan? Okay, there is a famous, yeah, this statement is there. But what Prabhupada means here is not that we should start considering Krishna and Radharani as Lakshmi and Vishnu. He is not saying that. He is saying that you should try to not worship them as Radha and Krishna in Vraj Bhav until unless you are qualified. Okay, you should not consider that deities itself has become now Lakshmi Narayan. Okay, deities are Radha Krishna only, but your mood should remain of Vaidi Sadhaka till the time you have attained Raganuga Sadhana platform. You have overcome all your anarthas. Don't artificially try to till that time consider yourself as Raganuga Sadhaka and worship as Radha Krishna in spontaneous love. Okay. So don't two sides are there of the pendulum. One pendulum side is no, they are not Radha Krishna, they are Lakshmi Narayan. Why they are Lakshmi Narayan? Prabhupada said. No, Prabhupada did not say they are Lakshmi Narayan. Prabhupada would have installed Lakshmi Narayan only then. Why did he install Radha and Krishna then? So they are Radha Krishna only, they are not Lakshmi Narayan. That is one side of the pendulum. Other side of the pendulum is that yes, I have become qualified even with anarthas. I'll worship them as Radha and Krishna in full spontaneous love of gopis. Okay, that is also another side of the pendulum, which is not right. Okay, one should worship them with Vaidhi sadhana, following all the rules and regulations. That is the meaning of when Prabhupada is saying that follow them uh, worship of Lakshmi Narayan. Not that you are worshipping Sakshat Lakshmi Narayan. No. Okay, I hope that point is clear. Okay, please read.
Attain this status sometime in the future, after some delay, tad, but not as quickly as in Raganuga Bhakti.
Yeah, so in the shloka, basically this word was used tada, means after some delay. So Vaidhi Sadhaka also attains his goal, surely, because it's a bona fide path, but he will take more time. It will be not as quick as Ragano Sadhana Bhakti. Now somebody may ask, oh, why this partiality? Why this Ragano Sadhana is given faster way, highway? No, it is not like that. Just because they have some greed, that lawlyam is already there, so it will make the thing fast. Okay. And here the thing is that it is based on what rules and regulation. Even though you don't like today to get up for Mangalarti, you don't like to chant 16 rounds, you have to do. So that spontaneous attraction to attain something is lacking in Vaidhi sadhana. That's why it is delayed. Okay. It's not that Krishna has made it like that. It's natural. Somebody wants two chapati, Krishna will give two. Somebody wants four, Krishna will give four. There is no partiality from his side. It's the path one has chosen and that has its own characteristics. Okay, so now somebody may say, okay, but what if as a Vaidhi sadhaka I am worshipping only Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan? Where will I go? I don't want to attend Rukmini Dwarkadish. I am worshipping Radha Krishna and I want to attend Radha Krishna only. But I also want to follow all the rules and regulations of Vaidhi sadhana. I don't want to give up any rules and regulations. So why should I go to Rukmini Dwarkadish? I am worshipping Radha Krishna, I want Radha Krishna. So Krishna will fulfill his desire also. Krishna has all options available, okay, which are there in scripture. So this is also available for Vaidhi Sadhaka. He can attain Radha and Krishna, okay, but in a different place, not in Gokula, not in Golok Vrindavan, okay. So let's see what is the answer. Yeah, please read.
Those who have a desire to taste the sweetness of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, but worship according to Vaidhi Bhakti, using nyasas and mudras, do not attain Krishna in Dwarka with Rukmini because they do not have that aspiration. Nor can they attain Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan because they lack the worship on the path of Raga.
Yeah, so now see three categories are there. First category is Raganu Sadhana Bhakta. He will attain directly Golok Vrindavan. Okay. Okay. Why? Because he is following after the gopis. Okay. Second category is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakta, who is follower of uh, the queens of Dwarka. Okay. So he will attain Dwarka. as a queen. Third category is he is a Vaidhi sadhana bhakta. He doesn't want to give up any rules and regulations, but he is worshipping Radha and Krishna. Okay, this Raghunath sadhana bhakta also worship Radha and Krishna, and here he worshipped Krishna and Rukmini, Rukmini Dwarkadish. Okay, I am writing here as Rukmini Dwarkadish. This person, Vaidhi sadhana, he is worshipping Radha Krishna only. He doesn't want to give up rules and regulations. Where will he go? That is the question. Yeah.
Therefore, since they have a predominance of awareness of Krishna as the Lord, Aishwarya Jnana, in worship according to the path of rules, Vidhi, they attain Radha and Krishna in a portion of Vrindavan called Goloka, in correspondence to that worship. It is understood that they do not attain the Vrindavana of pure sweetness.
Yeah. So now, okay, we will read one more slide, then yeah.
Srila Rupa Goswami has praised this Goloka as a portion of Vrindavan in Stavamala. After thoroughly showing Vaikuntha to his friends and relatives, with ease he brought them back to Vrindavan, since this place did not have pleasant inhabitants or a Vrindavana. May that Mukunda protect you, Stavamala.
Yeah.
The word Vaikuntha in this verse means Krishna Vaikuntha Goloka, the place where Krishna resides with majesty. In the 10th canto, it is described how Krishna took all the cowherd men to Goloka, a Vaikuntha place of majesty belonging to Krishna, in order to illustrate the special sweetness of Vrindavan to them.
Okay, 1 minute. Hmm. Okay, so Rupa Goswami will conclude in some slides. So because it may become confusing, I will tell here what is the point he is saying. Yeah. So see here. So these people are Vaidhi sadhakas, but they don't want to attain Dwarka. What they want? They want Krishna only. They don't want Dwarka Krishna. They want Krishna of Vraja. But they don't want to give up rules and regulation also. They are worshipping Radha and Krishna. So, but they will attain what? Radha and Krishna only in a portion of Vrindavan called Goloka in correspondence to that worship. So, basically in Gokula, okay, this is Gokul. Gokul means where there is the gopis and Krishna. Okay. And here who goes? Here those who are Raganu Sadhana Bhakta, who are following behind the Raguna Sadhana Bhakti of Madhuri Ras or Sakhya Ras or any other rasa, they will go here. In this whole Gokula, there is a portion, okay, which is called as Goloka. Okay, so we are redefining few terms. So please don't get confused. Okay, here attentively. Go inside Gokula, there is something called Goloka, which also has name called Aishwarya Goloka. Aishwarya means awe and reverence. Okay, Aishwarya Goloka. There is another name. So this is not the Golok Vrindavan we generally refer to. This is as the Aishwarya Goloka, where Krishna resides, but he resides with majesty, as it is told in the next slide. Okay, so Krishna resides with majesty, right? Okay, here Krishna is residing with majesty is called also Vaikuntha Goloka or Aishwarya Goloka. The reference is where he is going to give references from various Puranas and all. This place exists. So before that I am explaining. Here who will go? Here the Vaidhi Sadhaka will go. Okay, Vaidhi Sadhaka Bhakta will go, who is worshipping Radha and Krishna with awe and reverence. Here that person will go. Here Krishna and Radharani, they are in a married form in the Swakiya Ras. Okay. They are in the married way. Okay. So there is no breach of rules and regulations which is there in this. There is a Parkiya Bhav here. Okay. Where they have given up the rules and regulations. Even there is a relationship between the unmarried Radharani and Krishna. That is Parkiya Bhav. Whereas here there is Swakiya Bhav. Swakiya Bhav means what? Krishna has accepted Radharani as wife, as consort. and he resides in this place where these Vaidhi sadhakas will go and accept Radha and Krishna as their worshipable. Okay, this is what is going to be explained now. Okay, please read the translation.
Thus, deeply considering the situation, the all merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, revealed to the cowherd man his own abode, which is beyond material darkness. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.28.14.
Yeah, so this is another uh, reference that Supreme Lord Krishna, first reference was given here. Okay, Stavamala. So he showed Vaikuntha. What is this Vaikuntha? This Vaikuntha is Goloka. Which Goloka? Aishwarya Goloka. That's why the name is given Vaikuntha. Okay. So he showed them. And then he brought them back to Vrindavan. What is Vrindavan? This Vrindavan is Gokul. Gokul Vrindavan. Where there is sweet pastimes with Krishna, there is no awe and reverence. Okay. There is no awe and reverence. And here there is awe and reverence. Okay. He brought them back from there. Yeah. Read.
The cowherd men were brought by Lord Krishna to the Brahma where Akrura had gone prior to the Bhagavatam narration and were submerged in the water and then lifted up. The cowherd men then saw the abode of the Lord.
Yeah, so this is another proof from the same chapter. Okay, that was 10:28:14. This is 16th verse. So they were brought by Lord Krishna to Brahmarada, where Akrura had gone prior to the Bhagavatam narration and were submerged in the water. Okay, yeah, read this.
Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men felt the greatest happiness when they saw that transcendental abode. They were especially amazed to see Krishna himself there, surrounded by the personified Vedas who were offering him prayers.
Yeah, so this is the place where Nanda Maharaj saw Krishna being worshipped in awe and reverence by personified Vedas and others. So this is the Aishwarya Goloka.
Brahmanolokam, planet of Brahman, described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto 28th chapter 16th verse, is Goloka, the planet of Krishna, who is the supreme Brahman in human form. It is not the Vaikuntha planet with Lakshmi. The Bhagavatam verse 10th Canto 28th chapter 14 says that Krishna showed them Swalokam, his own planet.
Yeah, so two things are told. First, Krishna showed them his own planet, where he resides, not Vaikuntha, where Vishnu resides, his own loka. But there was awe and reverence, worship of Vedas. They were doing worshipping Krishna, all that. There was no awe there was so much awe and reverence. That means it was what? This was Goloka. Which Goloka? Aishwarya Goloka.
Krishna does not have a planet of Vaikuntha with Lakshmi. Verse 10.28.17 describes Krishna being praised by the Vedas.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah.
It is impossible that there would be pastimes of Krishna in Lakshmi's Vaikuntha. Thus, Brahmanolokam refers to a planet of Krishna, not Vishnu, called Goloka with majesty. This is explained in Vaishnav Toshini and in Laghu Bhagavatamrut 1.5.498 with the words Yattu Goloka Nama Sat Tacha Goloka Vaibhavam. What is called the Goloka is Gokul with a majestic aspect, that is Aishwarya Golok. Also in that book it is said Tad Atma Vaibhavatvam Jas Tasya Tan Mahi Mahimono Teha. Gokula's form of majesty, Goloka, arises from showing a greater powers.
Yeah. So these are the proofs he has given. Yeah.
Though it is a divergence from the topic, the meaning is this. What is called Goloka, Yad Goloka Namu, is but the majesty of Gokula, Gokul Vaibhavam. Gokula is known for its supreme sweetness.
Yeah. So again, as I told, so there is a Gokul, which is of supreme sweetness, and a portion of it is Aishwarya Golok. Okay. Where there is awe and reverence, and there is the Vaidhi sadhakas, they attain this place. If they are worshipping Radha Krishna, that is the essence.
Golok of Gokula, which displays majesty. Thus, Tad Atma Vaibhavatvam means Gokula's majestic aspects. Goloka is but the majestic aspect of Gokula because Gokula displays a superior position. Tan Mahimonnitaha. In the Patala Khanda of Padma Puran, it is said, auspicious Gokula, Madhupuri, is superior to Goloka, Vaikuntha. By staying there for only one day, devotion to the Lord arises. Where is this place?
Okay. Yeah. So there is a lot of reference given. Okay. So basically, in essence, we have saw that what it means. Yeah. Read this example.
The saintly sons of Agni, Agniputra Mahatmana, attains bodies of women, Shritvam as apari, by the path of Vaidhi Bhakti, Tapasa, and attain as their husbands, not lover, Bhartaram. The unborn, powerful Vasudevam Ajam Vibhum, source of the universe, Jagat Yoginam, Mahakurma
Yeah.
Puran.
So this is a reference that there are people who attained Krishna in a married form, okay, with awe and reverence. So who are the examples? The sons of Agni. They attained bodies of women as gopis, and they attained Krishna as their husband and not lover. Okay, like that.
Tapasa means by Vaidhi Bhakti. A different type of desire from that of the Raganuga Bhaktas is also indicated by mentioning Vaidhi Bhakti. The word Bharataram confirms that such persons attain a status like the queens of Dwarka as mentioned previously.
Yeah, so they attain status like, they don't go to Dwarka, they attain like queens of Krishna only.
Conjugal love is
Yeah,
divided.
Prabhupada comments here.
Srila Prabhupada on this topic.
Yeah.
Conjugal love is divided into two classifications, namely conjugal love as husband and wife and conjugal love as lover and beloved. One who develops conjugal love for Krishna as a wife is promoted to Dwarka, where the devotees become the queens of the Lord. One who develops conjugal love for Krishna as a lover is promoted to Golok Vrindavan to associate with the gopis and enjoy loving affairs with Krishna there. We
Note.
should note carefully, however, that this conjugal love for Krishna, either as gopi or as queen, is not limited only to women. Even men can develop such sentiments, as what's evidenced by the sages of Dandakaranya. If someone simply desires conjugal love but does not follow in the footsteps of the gopis, he is promoted to association with the Lord at Dwarka.
Yeah, so Prabhupada has told the same point here that they will either attain Dwarka if they are doing with awe and reverence, or they will attain Golok Vrindavan if they are doing with conjugal love. So, but it was dealt more in detail way by Rupa Goswami and Jeev Goswami that we understood from there. So, Prabhupada just takes it in a simple way. Okay, he has not taken that those cases. And here, as such, he told men also can attain this form. Yeah. Okay, any questions till now what we discussed? Yes, Madhav Rana Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In previous section, that this Tad Bhavichatmika
Hmm.
Raganuga, it was superior than this Sambhogamai.
Correct, correct.
So, what is the logic there? because one is directly trying to enjoy
Hmm.
Krishna and one is just in mind only. It's just the aim
Oh.
only.
Yeah, one is in the aim, and then they are trying to assist the people who are gopis who are directly giving enjoyment. They are assisting them. Okay. So your question is why there is more enjoyment in that? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. In general, what I have heard is that the as such we understand in basic way also that down the line in parampara the sweetness increases. So this is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.3 Nigam Kalpataroho Galitam Phalam Sukhamukhad Amrita Drava Samyutam. Okay, that verse it is explained by various acharyas that as the fruit was handed over down, so the sweetness of it increased. Okay, because it is spoken by various speakers with their own realizations. So as the things come down in parampara, the more the sweetness increases. That is the principle in general in spiritual life. So in material life, the principle is as much one is closer to the object of enjoyment, that much more pleasure is there. That is in material life. But spiritual life is opposite of that. Where one is having more and more masters above them, more and more people to serve, he enjoys more actually. Okay. So that is in general the principle. Okay. And specific why this here the gopis who are assisting are they are enjoying more. Uh, See, nothing is more or less in spiritual world. First thing, even Sakhya Bhav, they are enjoying what they want, they got, and they are enjoying it. They are fully satisfied. The Dasya Bhav, they are in Dasya Bhav, they aspired for it, they attained it, they are enjoying maximum that, and they don't feel, Are, I have something less. After reaching spiritual world, they don't feel that, Are, maybe I should have followed the gopis and attained that. No. So nothing is less and more in the terms we may think in material world. Okay. So it is not less and more in the quantity kind of thing. Like Uddhava is praying that, oh, I also want, I am so much inspired by the gopis' love. Not that he, if we tell him that would you like to become gopis now, he will say, no, I don't want to become gopis, but I want that intensity they have. That is the point. Okay, these 2 points being clear, then we understand then when these manjaris, they are said that they enjoy more because they are having a attitude of service to gopis who are enjoying directly with Krishna. So whatever the gopis get enjoyment, that they also receive. Okay. Not by having direct physical contact, but by the energies of Krishna, it is arranged like that. That whatever they get enjoyment, these manjaris, they also enjoy that. And it's not more or less, but it is in one sense that acharyas want to attract us in that position also, to make us aspire also in that way. In that way also it is glorified. Okay. This answer what I can tell. Does it answer your question somewhat? I don't know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, fully I am not able to answer because it's very elevated topic. I don't know the answer fully. A little
Yeah,
bit I
it
know.
is. We have heard that the love of Radha and the love of the Ashtasakis, they are like highest now. So I just
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
that.
yeah. Correct, correct, correct. Yeah, that love is the Mahabhav, which they experience is highest, and the love which assistants may also experience will be highest of certain assistants like Roop Manjari and all. But let lot of technical details are there. Is there in Ujjwal Nilmani types of heroines, types of gopis, sakhis. So there are five types, five categories. There are sakhis who are in general neutral to Krishna and neutral to Radharani. Then there are Priya sakhis who are having Priya Sakhi, then Pran Preshth Sakhi, the Ashta top gopis. Then there is uh, Manjari's category, where it is mentioned that they are Nitya Sakhis. And like these categories are there, and their respective bhavs are mentioned in Ujjal Mani and how they enjoy and what degree of enjoyment they have. All that is specifically analyzed there. I don't know the details. Yeah, maybe you can ask somebody else. Yeah, okay. Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, in the slides where Prabhupada's explanation was given, two lines were mentioned, like who want to have conjugal relationship.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe in the Aishwarya Bhav, or maybe like as a wife, so they go to Dwarka, and
Hmm.
those who want as a lover, they go to Goloka Vrindavan. So, by what does this Goloka Vrindavan means in the diagram
Hmm.
which you showed?
Yeah, yeah. So as I
Which
told,
portion is that?
yeah, Golok Vrindavan and Prabhupada is saying here, he is mentioning about Gokula. Okay, so the diagram
Hmm.
is here.
So, bigger circle
Yeah,
basically, right?
yeah, yeah. So this is full of loving affairs without awe and reverence. Okay, so Prabhupada in general will use Golok Vrindavan to tell about Gokula. And that in general we use among devotees also, no problem. But when it comes to specifically this topic, that somebody is Vaidhi Sadhaka but want to attend Radha Krishna only, then we make segregation. So the segregation is then this. Gokula is completely sweet, no awe and reverence. But Goloka is there somewhere, which is part of this Gokula, where Vaidhi sadhakas attain with awe and reverence, worshipping Radha and Krishna, like that. So that segregation is only made that time. Otherwise, in general, we keep speaking Golok Vrindavan, we have to attain. That is the sweet Golok Vrindavan, which is here is Gokula. Okay, it's not Aishwarya Goloka, which Prabhupada is talking. That's why he has told Golok Vrindavan, not Aishwarya Goloka. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. And I think, I don't know if I heard it from you. I don't remember now.
Hmm.
Uh, in Goloka Vrindavan also, I have heard that there is a place specifically meant for gopis, and in that also there is a place which is specifically for Radharani. So, is all these places are included in this bigger circle which you just explained, or I mean, there can be more circles into it?
Yeah, there are infinite circles into it, but it's
Okay.
all spiritual, it's all fully
Well, then,
expandable and compressible. Yeah, but gopis unmarried way enjoying with Krishna is only in Gokul, okay, where there is no and reverence and they are ready to give up all rules and regulations. But Radharani in a Swakiya bhav, that is married way with Krishna, and there may be other queens of Krishna, is not possible in sweet Vrindavan, which is called Gokul. It is possible only in this portion, which is Goloka, Aishwarya Goloka. Okay, that is the thing. And I will show. Okay, you want to ask something more?
Prabhuji, I'm completely clear about
Hmm.
this Aishwarya Goloka part. What I am trying to say is
Hmm.
this, that the remaining part of
Hmm.
the whole bigger circle, which you are referring as Gokula,
Hmm.
this includes the place for Radha Krishna and Krishna and gopis also, right?
Gopis, I don't know. There may be, yeah, there may be other gopis also married, but married to Krishna. Okay, I don't know
Not
details whether other gopis are also married to Krishna, but Radha and Krishna in married form, Swakiya is there.
Prabhuji, no, I'm not asking about the Golok Aishwarya Goloka
Sure,
part.
okay, okay, you are
I'm
asking about
saying
Gokul
is
part.
the other part, yeah, the sweet part.
Uh-huh.
So the Parakiya Bhav
Uh,
is persisting in the other remaining, the bigger portion now.
Bigger portion, here only, yeah, correct. This is only Parikiya. And here all our gopis and Radharani are not married to Krishna. They are married to somebody else. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. So this bigger portion is actually the Goloka Vrindavan we generally refer to, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
What we generally say Golok Vrindavan is this bigger part. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
this
okay.
bigger part. Golok Vrindavan. Vrindavan as such, whenever we say, Vrindavan, whenever we say, is this whole thing, Parkiya Bhav only. And this we don't specify that it is also there,
Mm.
hiding somewhere. But as soon as this question comes, oh, Vaidhi Sadhaka, where they will go if they worship Krishna, then we specify. Oh, then no, no, no. You have to have this part also, which is majestic part in Vrindavan also. That availability is there. Okay, just like in a building, so many floors are there. And there may be one ground floor specifically meant for old people, suppose. I'm not saying those who are going to Aishwarya Golok are old or something invalid, but I'm just trying to give an analogy that in the whole building there are all people staying of different age groups, but some people may have some inability who are given a special ground floor to stay so that they are comfortable there, like that it is. It's in the same building, But if somebody asks who stays in this whole building, yeah, there are very young people they who stay in this building like that. It may be said like that, but in general. But specific when it comes, is there any old people also? Yeah, they are there in ground floor like that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
And
as you asked, there are infinite circles or how many things are there? There is one chart. It may be a little clear by this. I'll show here and I'll share in the group also later. Basically, this is a whole chart of cosmic creation, Goloka chart. So below is the our universe. Okay, where Garbhodakshay Vishnu is there, and then 14 planetary systems are there. Brahmaji seated on the lotus Kamalasana. And Shirodaksha Vishnu is there here, which is the same as Dhruva Loka. Shirodaksha Vishnu is staying in Dhruva Loka only actually. And other things we know here. And then seven these are there. Okay. So as we go a little up, there is Karanadaksha Vishnu, by whose glance actually this whole universe is activated. And there is Sambhu, Mahakal Dham, and above that is Sadashiva Loka, which is the part of Vaikuntha actually. Okay. And anybody else is there? No. Yeah. Then above that we go, Brahma Jyoti is there. The light emanating from the body of Lord Shri Krishna. Above that is what? Vaikuntha. Okay. Hari Dham. Okay. Below Hari Dham was Mahesh Dham. Below that was Devi Dham, that is material world. Devi Dham, Mahesh Dham, then Hari Dham. Hari Dham start with Vaikuntha. So in Vaikuntha, there are so many planets, like we can see here. There is Pradyumna, and there is Sridhara. Okay, there is Rama. All these different unlimited Vaikuntha planets are there, which are seen here. Okay, lot of details are there. In center, there is Vishnu and Lakshmi. They are here. Bhudevi, Shri Devi or Leela Devi here. They are there. Okay. Now going up, Ayodhya Dham is there. Okay. It's not physically up and down. Okay. But here it's represented like that. Okay. So now when we go up, there is here you can see there is Dwarka, this blue portion which is there is Dwarka, blue line. Blue means I say purple. Okay.
white.
Purple, yeah, purple is there. And then blue is sky blue is like Jagannath Puri. Then above that, the orange is Mathura. Okay. Which is more and more Aishwarya. Mathura is less Aishwarya. Jagannath Puri, okay, it's different. Dwarka is more Aishwarya than that. And below, when there is Ayodhya, that is even more Aishwarya, more awe and reverence. And Vaikuntha is full awe and reverence. Okay, so it's increasing awe and reverence. As we go up, the awe and reverence is decreasing. So as we go up, then there is Chaitan Mahaprabhu, also Sweta Deep is there, which is there in the outer side of the lotus of Goloka. Okay. So Chaitan Mahaprabhu's Leela we can see here, which is there outside. And as we go inside, there is only Radha and Krishna, which is completely the Gokul without any Ashwarya. Okay. And who are here? Eight surrounding petals are the Ashta Gopis, Rangadevi, Tungavidya, Sudevi, Lalita, Vishakha, Suchitra, Indulekha, all these Champaklata are there. And just next to them are the eight Ashta Manjaris, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Manjulali, that is Loknath Goswami, Raga Manjari, that is Raghunath Das Goswami, Kasturi Manjari, this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Guna Manjari, she is Raghunath Das Goswami, Vilas Manjari, that is our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami. Yeah, Rati is Raghunath Goswami, Guna Manjari is Gopal Bhattu Goswami. Yeah. Okay, so these are the Ashtamanjaris, and then there is other rasas, Vatsalya Bhava and all depicted. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu obviously at the petal outermost, which is Swetadeep, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime place. Okay, so this is the depiction of the whole Goloka as per the elevation of awe and reverence. It decreases more and more as we go inside. Okay, so these are the details. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for showing
Any
this.
other devotee has any question?
Prabhuji, this is the PDF or this is the image which you are
The
sharing?
image. I will share in the group. It's image.
Prabhuji, in WhatsApp it gets. Can you share it in document?
Yeah, I will
Because
share
I
in
used to get
document.
it.
Yeah, document I will
Okay.
share. Yeah. One more cosmic chart I did not show, but I will show here because it's not correct. Okay, that cosmic chart sometimes you may see, but it is having some. Okay, are you able to see this one? Are you able to see this new?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, yeah. So here also basically universe is there. Then there is Brahma Jyoti. Then Ashwari Dham, where there is Vaikuntha Loka and Lakshmi and Vishnu, they are residing. Other planets are there, Narsimha and other, these are all there. And then above, as we go, predominated by sweetness, Madhuri Dham is there. Ayodhya Dham, little bit sweetness is there. Then Dwarka Dham, even more sweet. Mathura Dham, more sweet. Then Golok Vrindavan, that is even more sweet. Okay, so in this Golok Vrindavan only, we can say there is a part where there is Aishwarya Goloka. Okay, where there is Aishwarya Goloka. In that only, we can say. What is wrong in this is this below part. Okay, here, na, there Ananta Shesha is holding the universe. That is not correct. Okay, Ananta Shesh does not hold the universes. He holds the Bhuloka. Okay, so that is the only wrong depiction here. Okay, you may say what a difference, Proji. Anant Shesh, let him be there na somewhere. So it's not like that. Okay. What is the correct picture of that? Okay. I will show that also. If I get what is the Bhumandala, correct. Bhumandala. He holds a Bhumandala. So that is here. Hmm. 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 Okay, I'll share my screen. You can see this. Yeah. So you are able to see this basically Ananta Shesha, which is there. He holds the Bhumandala. Okay. The Bhumandala is in the Garbhodak ocean. It is floating. Okay. Ananta Shesha holds the Bhumandala. The universe is not held by the universe is there outside circle. This is not held by Ananta Shesha. Okay. So that wrongly it is depicted there. This is the correct one. Okay. That is the only difference. So this is the one which I showed first. Okay, doesn't have that part where Lord Ananta is holding the universe. So that's why this is more accurate. Okay.
Prabhuji, who holds the whole universe then, or it is just floating?
Yeah, that's what it is mentioned that nobody need to hold because Gurutva Karshan Bal is Lord Balram is himself. Gama Vishya Bhutani Dharyami Aham Ojasa. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Gama Vishya Bhutani. I am myself investing my own energy and Dharyami Aham Ojasa. By my own energy, I am holding it. Okay. There is no description of Ananta says holding uh, the whole universe, not universe, the whole one universe basically. Bhumandala, there is description that there is a turtle which is floating in Garvadak ocean. Above the turtle is seated the Lord Ananta. And this Lord Ananta, seated on the turtle, is holding the Bhumandala, okay, which is there. Okay, that's what is mentioned. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is there. Srila Prabhupada explains it in the first Adi Lila. I think fourth or fifth chapter. There he mentions that. Okay, sometime else I will show. Yeah.
Then, Prabhuji, sorry, I am
Mm,
interrupting you here. I think I've heard it somewhere then, maybe I've read long back in Bhagavatam, uh,
yeah.
that the weight of universes, which are very huge, are like, mustard seeds over the hood of Ananta Shesha. Why do we say it then if Ananta Shesha only holds Bhuloka and not the universe?
Yeah. Prabhupada might have translated sometimes Bhumandala as universe because Western people, Prabhupada told in the audio tape that
Oh, yeah.
planet of Pitris. They wrote it as planet of trees. They don't know anything. Pitri means what? Bhumandala is what? Nothing is known to them. And this is in 1966 when they are translating Bhagavad Gita. So the first Bhagavad Gita had that planet of trees. Nobody has any idea where is the planet of trees, but they wrote it in Bhagavad. It was published. So Prabhupada, if he speaks the planet of Pitris, he is telling in the dictaphone. They are hearing. It's all in parampara, but four defects are there. Okay, so
Oh,
Prabhupada, I don't know, may not have technically told everything. Okay, so there are many things about it. That Swami Maharaj has explained it. Okay, he has given seminars about this. Okay, about why did Prabhupada have editors if pure devotees don't make any mistake? He appointed the editors. Okay, so there is a whole topic of discussion that we will not do.
okay. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Prabhuji,
yes, Mati.
a humble request.
Yeah.
Where is the reference that Anantashesh only holds the Bhuloka? Where is that reference?
Yeah, that's I told in Chaitanya Charitamrita and also in Lagu Bhagavatamrita it is there. Okay, if I get now, I will show. It's there in Lagu Bhagavatamrita and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada is written in the purport only. Okay, I will show it. Anybody else has question? Yeah, Kishore Madhaprabhu.
Prabhu, just
Hmm.
whatever pictures you showed,
Hmm.
there is it has been derived out of the knowledge from Bhagavatam and all the scriptures basically, all the
Hmm.
distances and how they are there. Now in modern science has progressed a lot, like they have pillars of origin they
Different
have found
topic.
out.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I just
Uh,
want to know, okay, is there any
yeah.
authentic study made by any ISKCON person or someone who can actually relate whatever we have found in our scriptures, the dimensions, the universe, the areas like Andromeda galaxy, something like that, and which can correlate with the modern scientific findings, basically, exactly mapping one to one, something like that.
See, Broji, that is not possible. What your desire is, na, that is not going to be fulfilled because you want to make them convince. Suppose, example, cow dung is pure. Okay, that they will not accept until unless they have themselves proved by their own methods. How much ever you tell that it's there here in Shastra, cow dung is pure, they will not accept only until unless they have found out the antiseptic properties it have. So similarly, until unless they found out that the distance between sun and the earth is this much, which is mentioned by Aryabhat long ago, they will not accept only because their method of faith is only by seeing. They don't have any other method, only Pratyaksh Praman. No Shastra Praman is not there. So that faith they don't have. So if you want to make them believe in what Bhagavatam is saying, their faith has to be changed. They should be given the Sukriti of having Shastra Praman as faith, which they don't have now. They have
Okay,
only Pratyaksh Praman. So that's why we cannot synchronize
yeah.
what we are saying and they are saying. Only when they experiment, they can see.
So, but I'm actually asking the other way around. I mean, in the sense, they have
Ah,
found out something like a pillars of origin at some distance place, something like that. Now,
ah.
what that could be in our understanding of universe from Vedic ways, where it could be or something like that. So, we are
Ah,
not the reverse way actually.
no, then I don't know what you are asking about. Then you have to ask somebody who has done research in this. There is Pavaneshwar Prabhu who has done research in this. There is this Prabhuji, Sadaput Prabhu who has done research in this. Those devotees you can ask.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
bro,
they will
I'm
be able to
actually
tell.
interested in astrology. I keep following, but if you can share me the contact details of those Prabhuji, I can
Yes,
follow.
yes, I will share. I will share with you.
Okay.
You can ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What you was asked? That Bhumandala. Yeah. Okay. Any other question anybody has? The topic completely changed because of that picture. So, so I will end with this reference I will show, which is about Bhumandala is who is holding this Bhumandala. Yes. So Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Anybody has any other question you can ask till that time. Okay. I will post in the group then. I'm not getting immediately. We will just complete this topic then. Okay. Oh no, this topic we completed. Okay, we have to start new topic. Okay, then I will just show this reference and then we'll end. Okay, let me search in the folio also. Hmm, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adhirida. Okay. Yeah, anybody getting late, you can leave. Okay. Okay, I got one reference. I will show. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Yeah. Who was asking? Yeah. Premlatika Mataji. Yeah, please read.
Sri Shesha said, I will hold up Bhumandala, but who will hold me up? Without support, how can I stand in the water? O Lord, please tell me. This is from Canto 2, Chapter 13, Sheshopakhyan
Shesha Upakhyana Varnana.
Shesha
Story of Shesha.
Upakhyan Varnan, the story of Shesh.
Garg Samhita, Canto 2. Okay. So Shesha is asking, I will hold up Bhumandala. Who will hold me up? Okay. So without support, I cannot stand. So then what happens next? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Sri
Yeah,
Bhagavan,
read this.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, I will become a turtle and then I will hold you up. Oh, my friend, don't be unhappy to hold such a great burden for such a long time.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one reference. So, and as Srimad Bhagavatam, Mataji was saying, na, that also I will show here 552, 525 sorry. So read this.
I should read it. Okay. This great universe
Okay.
situated
Yeah,
on
read.
one of the Lord Anantadeva's thousands of hoods appear just like a white mustard seed. It is infinitesimal compared to the hood of Lord Ananta.
Okay. So this is what you are quoting, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. I
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a description in Lagu Bhavatamrita. Okay, there are two Shesas. Okay, those who want to live can live. Okay, there are two Shesas. One is Jiva Tattva, other one is Vishnu Tattva. Okay, so the Jiva Tattva who is there, na? Yeah, the Jiva Tattva who is there, he is okay situated where? Mm, mm, okay, I don't remember now who is holding which one, but both the descriptions are there in Lagu Bhavatamrita. Okay, so maybe I'll try to search. But as such, I showed you the reference for holding of Bhumandala. Okay, and one more thing there only in Bhagavatam. Let's go to the word by word. What is the word mentioned there? See, what is mentioned is Chiti Mandalam. What is being held? Chiti Mandalam. Okay, Prabhupada has translated as universe. Okay, that's there. But the Chiti, which is there, which is explained in that previous quote, I will show that here. Yeah, not this. Here. See here. What is the word used? Sri Sheshovacha. Adharo I am bhavishyami. Mad adharascha ko bhavet. Who will become my adhar? Niradhara katham toye. I will not be able to stay niradhara on water. Tishtami katha prabho. Okay. So, what is the word to word translation? Okay. Where it came? Yeah, Bhumandala previously. Yeah. Mannamani cha divyani yan yada. Okay, this translation says when you come to the end of all my transcendental names, you can put down the burden of Bhumandala and relax. Okay, so that Lord is saying. So Bhubharam. So that word is used, which is translated here. Okay. So two Seshas are there. One is Lord Ananta, who is Vishnu Tattva, and other one is Jeev Tattva. Where who is there, I don't exactly remember now, but there are two. Okay, I will see it and show it maybe some other time. Okay. Yeah, I'm not able to search in this Lagu Bhavatamrita.
So, Prabhuji, in
Yeah.
here, basically, even this another thing has come that even Ananta Shres are also divided into Jiva Tattva and Vishnu Tattva, right?
Hmm. Correct.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the session is not divided. Basically, what happens, na, just like we have Brahmaji and Shiva. So Brahmaji specifically many times is Jiva, is Jiva Tattva, correct, na? Yeah. But sometimes it is explained that if a qualified Jiva is not there in the universe, Lord Vishnu himself takes up that position. Prabhupada also writes. Now,
Yes.
do we say Brahmaji is Jiva Tattva or Vishnu Tattva? Sometimes Vishnu takes up that position. Okay. Like that only. Generally, this Bhumandala is held by Jiva Tattva. Generally, in all the universes. But sometimes Lord Vishnu takes up that position if a qualified Jiva may not be there. Like that.
Okay, so Ananta Sesha is again a position. Like Brahma is a position and Shiva is a position. So Ananta Shesha is also a position. I used to think that he's an associate of Lord.
Yeah, that
Because
is true. That is true. That is, he is associate of the Lord in the spiritual world. Anantasesha is the bed of Lord Vishnu. Okay, but not every Anantasesha, everywhere we hear is Lord Vishnu. Okay, just like Indra is a form of Lord Vishnu in spiritual world, and he is also in the spiritual world pure devotee. But everywhere we come across Indra in the material world also is not the same person. Okay, many times it is a jiva who has taken up that post for some function, and sometimes it is that Vishnu's or the pure devotee Indra, he expands and merges into this jiva who has been given this post of Indra. Indra is a post, like for example, Prabhupada writes about Bhishma Dev. He is one of the Vasus. Correct. Bhishma is the eternal associate of the Lord. How did he become Vasu? He did not become Vasu. He is the person who was merged into the body of one of the Vasus. So in a body, two souls were there. One was the Vasu who is performing that function. Other was Bhishma Dev who is eternally in the spiritual world. He also descended in this body. So when Prabhupada writes that Ashtavasu came to perform this pastime as Bhishma Dev in earth, he is mentioning that this soul in which this body which had two souls, that appeared in this material world, basically that Bhishma appeared, who was in spiritual world, who came to the Ashtavasu. From there he came to Bhauma Dwarka pastime. Okay, so that is how it happens. It's mentioned in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. That is how it happens, that spiritual world personality come to the Swarga. From Swarga they descend to Bhauma. Okay, that's how it happens. Okay, so I will show that reference also. It is there. Okay, that is very easy to find. It is there with me. I can show it now only.
So, Prabhuji, we understood that Indra is a position, Brahma is a position.
Yeah, correct.
And today, another, that Anantashesh is also a position.
In material world.
Yeah. Okay, correct. I will show that. Yeah. I will come back to your question, Mataji, about Anant Sesha. Just I will show about this part where it is. Yeah, see this. This is from Brihad Bhagavatamrita 36203 202 203. Read this, Mataji. Yeah.
Just as the demigods who have entered the material creation are counterparts of the Lord's Vaikuntha associates, those eternal associates from Vaikuntha are incarnations of the Goloka devotees. Yet, like the demigods themselves, those very devotees appear on earth now and again for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu when he wants to enjoy various pastimes.
Yeah, so very clearly, Sanatana Goswami says, just as demigods who have entered the material creation are counterparts of Lord Vaikuntha associates. Okay, so there are demigods who have come in this material creation, like Indra and Chandra, examples will be given in purport. Okay, are counterparts of Lord Vishnu's eternal associates. Those eternal associates from Vaikuntha are incarnations of Goloka devotees, and those who are in Vaikuntha, they are incarnation of somebody in Goloka. Like Indra in Goloka is there, he does incarnation in Vaikuntha. That Indra of Vaikuntha incarnates in the material world, in Swarga. But that Indra is only going to merge with the material Indra who has been given that post. Okay, this eternal associate Indra will come down. Okay, but he will merge in the body of this person who is going to fulfill the post of the material world Indra. Okay, like that. So in the purport, he will give the examples. I will just read that part. Okay. Yeah, see this. Chandra and others on Swarga who live in the material worlds are reflections of Chandra and Indra living in Vaikuntha. Okay. But they are like shadows being influenced by the material world. They get influenced by material world. So that is the proof for that. So similarly for Sesha, you asked, I will show that also. Okay. See here. Uh, see here, Balram is there. Na? Balram is there in Golok Vrindavan. He is eternal associate called Sesha in Vaikuntha. Balram appears as Sesha in Vaikuntha. This is eternal Sesha, Ananta Sesha. Among the Devtas, he is a holder of the earth. Basically, holder of the Bhumandala, which we can say. Okay. Dwelling in the seventh lower planet. Okay, where he dwells? In the seventh lower planet, not outside the universe. Huh? Below the seventh lower planet, he is mentioning very clearly. That is Patal, below the Patal. And sometime he appears on earth as Balram. Okay. In Goloka, Sridama exists. In Vaikuntha, he is associate Garuda. Sridama also example is given. Sridama, he comes as Garuda in Vaikuntha. And among the Devtas, he is the son of Vinata, Garuda. On earth, again, he appears as Sridama in Goloka, Bhauma Vrindavan. Similarly, in Goloka, Vasudev and Devki exist. In Vaikuntha, they appear as Sutapa and Prishni. And among the Devatas, they appear as Kashyapa and Diti. On earth, they again appear as Vasudeva and Devaki. These examples are given to show this. Okay.
So, Prabhuji, what is the acha, this is 36203, right?
3.6 means actually 2.6.203. That is mistake. Second
Okay.
canto. Yeah. 2.6.203. Yeah. Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Okay.
After this,
So,
we should start Brihad Bhagavatamrita and the
There is a sequence to read, Mataji. Yeah. There is sequence to read. We can read in sequence. Okay. As Bhagavatam, then there is uh, other books. We can read in sequence like that. Yeah. So somebody was asking, yeah, Sesha, na? Yeah, you were asking this Sesha, who is there, where it is. Yeah, I got here. So see, Lagu Bhagavatamrita, this is text 491 in 5th chapter. It is said, then while, okay, everyone was going, who is, okay, Sesha, okay. This is also an example of Jiva Tattva Sesha merging Vishnu, okay. This is different. Where it is, and Sesha holds of the earth. Okay, yes. We saw the Sesha Jiva Tattva who holds of the earth, merges with Vishnu Tattva Lakshmana, okay. Yeah, Sesha is Jiva Tattva who holds up the earth, that is there. Okay. Yeah, read this, Aruna Mataji. Yeah, from here.
there it is said, then while, this is so small, Prabhuji.
Okay,
There it is said, then while,
1 minute.
Mm.
What happened? Yeah, read now.
There it is said, then while everyone was looking, Indra spoke in a sweeter voice to Lakshmana, who is always true to his promise and within whom Shesha has merged. Commentary: Lakshmana had undergone a merging with Shesha. Shesha, who holds up the Bhumandala below Patala Loka, remained merged into Lakshmana, who is Sankarshan in the Chaturvihu, and who had appeared when Ram advented on earth. When the work of helping the Devatas was completed, Shesha emerged from Lakshmana and went to Patal again, and Lakshmana went to the spiritual world. It is not unprecedented that the Amsha merges into the Amshi and then emerges later. Rather, it is confirmed by the scripture.
Yeah, so basically, the reference I wanted to show here, Shesha, who holds the Bhumandala. So this Sesha who is there, he is holding up the Bhumandala, and he is situated below the Patal Loka. Okay, that is there here. Okay, so another Sesha, which is Lord Vishnu also, he is there. Okay, that I will see and tell you where he is situated and what he is doing.
So,
Okay,
Prabhuji, one
yeah.
more point I have here is like as you showed that whoever demigod we see here in material world, they are reflection of the Indra, Chandra, and spiritual world.
Hmm.
So, when do exactly the spiritual world's demigods merges with the material world spiritual, not material world's demigods
Hmm.
to come and do some pastimes on earth or in material world, maybe you can
Hmm.
say. When does this exactly happens? Like in order to support Lord's pastime, only
Yeah,
then they appear
whenever
like this.
Krishna himself is coming, like in 28th Yuga cycle, Lord Krishna himself is coming, then only this eternal associates from Goloka will come and merge into respective demigods to assist in pastimes. That's why 10th canto, when it is said that demigods appeared as these Vrishnis and all, what actually 10th canto Sukadeva Goswami wants to say is, actually they had already appeared from the spiritual world into the demigods, and merged into them. Now from there they have come to Bhom Goloka. Okay, it's not that the demigods became Gopas and all. What it means is original had already come, they have now come again here. That is the meaning. And neither it means that materialistic demigods became Vrishnis and all. Okay, that is the understanding. That spiritual world demigods were there, they are eternal associates. They came into Swarga. From Swarga, they now came to Bhauma Vrindavan to assist in Lord's pastime. This when it happens, whenever Lord himself appears in Bhauma Vrindavan. Then only it happens. Once in a day of Brahma it happens. They also come once in a day of Brahma. Otherwise, all the demigods are like normally going on.
Okay, Prabhuji. So we can say that the spiritual world's demigods do not directly come to Earth or material, not material world, Earth basically.
Bhaum Goloka.
Okay. Whenever they have to come, they always first come to the material world's demigods' bodies, and then they appear, right? Like indirect way,
Uh,
not direct.
Not necessarily that everybody will do that. Somebody has that inclination of doing service, or that he does that service in spiritual world. Like Indra does the service of providing rain in Golok Vrindavan as per Krishna's Yog Maya Shakti. So he also comes to Bhaum Vrindavan to do the same service. So before he comes, he may go to Swarga and be merged and then come. But it's not that every time it will happen like that only. There is nothing fixed rule. Okay. It can be. And it sometimes it is done for a sadhaka who wants to get trained as a follower of the original spiritual Indra. He is given this post to get trained along with that original eternal Indra. So he trains him also while in the material world, and then he goes back and this sadhaka continues in material world, or he also goes back, whatever his qualification accordingly. So it's not a simple thing which we can just say, but it happens as per the will of the Lord. And not every associate comes to Swarga and then comes down. They directly also come, like Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj. They come directly. That is the understanding.
There's so much detail to this.
Yeah, it
I
is
don't know
very.
if it is required for us or not, Roja. I don't know. Because we have
Yeah,
never heard such kind of things before this Bhakti Shastri classes. Now. So I don't know how
yeah.
relevant. I mean, because I only feel that there's so much complication sometimes and so much of details. Do we even just hear and then forget it, or we really need to go into details? Because it sometimes happens with me that I really want to go into, I don't know whether knowingly or unknowingly, but I tend to go into details of so many things, and then at the end I find, oh, it was not that relevant also. So I mean, I
Okay.
don't know.
Why you find it was not relevant? Miss, it was.
Probably,
Yeah.
I mean, knowing about this part, like, how, I mean, how
Yeah.
is it going to affect my bhakti? That's what I am
Yeah,
scared
yeah,
of.
yeah. Correct, correct. Okay, okay. Basically, thing is that whatever is needed, basic, that we should do. And
Yeah, yeah.
if one is feeling that inclination to find the details, okay, then one can do that study after studying Prabhupada books properly, and under the guidance of superiors, Siksha Guru or Diksha Guru or their representatives. One should do if one is feeling that he wants to need more. Okay, if that need is arising, then he can do. Okay, so there are different kinds of devotees. Somebody may want to know the details, somebody may not want to know. Both will go to spiritual world. That is not a problem. Yeah. So somebody needs it, they should do it. Somebody doesn't need, they need not do. So it's a very individual. Yeah. So, but some basic understanding surely should be there, which is there in Prabhupada books, and which is sufficient surely. Yeah. That's what I would say. Yeah. Those who want to
Yes.
leave, they can leave. I told earlier only. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, I mean, I don't know if I said it rightly or not. What I'm able to understand from your conversation or what you just mentioned now is I have no problem in understanding the topics that are the main course or main part of Bhakti Shastri. I'm talking about the other things sometimes, maybe for the information point you share, but then my mind starts boggling into the details. And then later I realize, ki, oh, maybe that was not even required. And I take even classes time also, which, late sometimes I feel guilty that, oh, I should not have raise this question because it took so much time of the class. So from
Yeah,
that perspective,
directly related to topic. That's why we should ask in the class. If it is not directly related to topic, then separately we can ask like that. That is better. Like something what came up in the end, the topic had completed. Otherwise, I would have continued Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. But
Mhm.
something not directly related, we can ask later. That is best, because everybody is coming and giving time for the main topic, right? So we can do it after that. So that is not an issue. And as such, if any detail is there, it will be used sometime later or not, that we don't know. Like I whenever studied, I never thought that I will be answering these questions in Bhakti Shastri, because while studying we just study it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
when it is required, we don't know. And
Yes.
whether it is required always in our sadhana or it is sometimes required in preaching, that also we don't know. Like, about this sesha, it came up. So it is useful sometime for some devotees. Yeah.
Okay,
Whatever
Prabhuji.
is a general tendency in us, we should not try to artificially suppress that. That is what I am
Okay.
saying. Yeah.
Okay,
Artificially
Prabhuji.
suppressing is not good. Yeah.
Prabhuji, one thing related to the class.
Mm.
Actually, I need to submit my OBA9, which I failed.
Mm.
So, which link should I be using it? Because, I mean, there is a link which we can use through our online portal now, but I'm not able to log into that. So, which link should I use? That's what I wanted to ask.
For uploading OBA.
For those who have failed,
Yeah. In
revised.
that, I think WhatsApp group it was posted, na, second time that OBA can be submitted through this link.
So, same link will work, Prabhuji. I thought maybe it is only for some short period of
No, no,
time.
no. Same link, but you can clarify once. You can call BVRV and clarify. Same link should work. There is no separate link.
Okay, Prabhuji. And there was something I think which you wanted to share yesterday also. Ordinary bhakti wala definition, na Prabhuji?
No, no, I have not studied that. I will see. I will study and then tell you.
Whenever you read it,
Yeah,
Prabhuji, do share,
yeah.
please.
I don't remember exactly those three categorization. Prabhupada makes on basis of Jeev Goswami. I have to read it. I have not read. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. No
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah, I got the reference for this Jiva Tattva holding the universe. I will just show that and then end. So this is Lagu Bhagavatamrita, chapter 4, Manvantra avatars. You can read this, Mataji.
Balram's portion Shesha lies in Patalaloka. He is eloquent and ornamented with a garland, dressed in blue cloth. He has a snake hood with jewels and holds a plow, pestle, and sword.
Yeah, so this is the form of Sesha who is lying in the Patal Loka and he has this dress and the ornaments. Yeah, please read now.
Where does the Shesha who holds up the universe reside? This verse answers. Uh,
Yeah,
Shesha is an Avishesha,
Avesh avatar.
Avesh avatar. He is called eloquent because he speaks Bhagavatam to the Kumaras.
Yeah, so he is an Avesh avatar, means he is Jiva Tattva, in whom the original Sesha has done his energy, he has given Avesha. Okay. So he is a Jiva Tattva who is situated below the Patal. Okay. So this is the reference for that. That Balram's portion. Okay.
Mm.
Etasya eva amsha. Okay. Who is that Eta? The abode of Balram is the same as that of Krishna. That Balram, original Balram. Okay. So his amsha, basically portion, is invested in the Jiva. He is also Sesha, but he holds the universe. Okay. That's what here is mentioned.
Prabhuji, Balram's portion Shesha lies in Patalaloka.
Hmm.
Sorry, you may have said because I was writing something, so I may have missed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this portion of Shesha means the Jiva Tattva one?
Jiva Tattva, because the word used here is Avesh Avatar, right? You see,
Mm-hmm.
Avesh Avatar is used. Avesh Avatar is only for Jiva, is given Avesha Avatar. Okay. He is Jiva
Okay,
Tattva who
Prabhuji.
is given energy by the Supreme Lord to perform certain function. That's why the name is Avesh Avatar.
So holding Bhuloka means Prabhuji? Hold because it is said it is he situated in Patalaloka, below Patalaloka, somewhere
Correct.
in Patalaloka, right?
Yeah, lies. Yeah, okay.
So by staying or lying in Patalaloka, he holds Bhuloka. Like that?
Ah, correct. Yeah, that's what I showed the picture earlier. Yeah, right. See, the picture I showed was he was lying there and then he was holding. See this. So 28 hellish planets are there. This is Patal Loka. Below that, he is there, which is space occupied by Lord Ananta is here, and Lord Ananta is here. He is Sesha, who is Avesh Avatar.
I'm not clear about Bhuloka only, Prabhuji. Ki what all I mean forms part of Bhuloka, na? I'm not clear about that thing.
Bhuloka part we discussed, no? There. Uh, this is Atal, Vital, Sutal. Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. These are all inside the Bhumandala. Okay, those are details not required. So below Patala is the ending of Bhumandala. Below that Ananta is situated. That's what is the main
Okay.
point.
Okay.
Okay.
Prabhuji, can I ask one more?
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, in one of the lectures of Srimad Bhagavatam in NVCC before Purnima by Vamsimohan Prabhuji, he said he has mentioned that about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as is representing Krishna and Srimati Radharani both. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has specially come to give the Vraj Prem. So he has mentioned that alag se we don't need to do Raganuka Bhakti because if we are following the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we are getting the Vraj Prem and then we are eligible to enter to Golok Prem. So how to understand this, Prabhuji? Because as we have heard that if we follow the Vraj Vasis, then only we can enter.
Correct. So what? Okay, 1 minute.